Now on Coast TV News.
Grabbing a beer at the bar and taking it outside. What rule changes could happen in Worcester County?
White Oak woes what the Delaware Division of Forestry is doing to protect this cornerstone species.
Gas prices rising and how local nonprofits are being affected.
We finally get a hold of some sunshine, and here we go, near record highs. That's just for today. Wait till I tell you about tomorrow.
This is Coast TV News at 5.
No alcoholic beverages beyond this point. Why this sign may no longer apply during big events. Good evening. I'm Christina DeRobertis in for Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. We begin tonight with a change that could shake up Ocean City.
The Maryland General Assembly is considering a new bill in Worcester County that would allow bars and restaurants in the area to apply for a special license during events, allowing them to sell alcohol to go. Coast TV reporter Kevin Zapay is live in Ocean City for us. Kevin, the town is debating sending a response to the Maryland General Assembly about the bill.
Christina, the town is concerned that this change can cause serious problems to their large-scale events. And on Tuesday, the Ocean City Council will be discussing whether or not to ask the lawmakers to amend the proposed change so that it does not apply to Ocean City. On your screen now are just a handful of events that are held in Ocean City. And this Saturday, the St. Patrick's Day Parade will take place in town, something Ocean 13 owner Jeremy Brink is looking forward to.
St. Patrick's Day in Ocean City is one of the town's greatest events. I mean, it's always an amazing weekend. All the businesses make some really good money.
But a new bill currently under review by the Maryland General Assembly could change how customers buy alcohol during events in Worcester County. Right now, if you buy a drink at a bar or restaurant in Worcester County, you'll have to finish it inside the establishment before going back outside to the event. But a proposed bill could change that, letting customers purchase a drink and go outside during designated events. If the bill passes, this would allow Worcester County businesses to apply for a special event permit. Brink says he is a fan of this proposed change.
Honestly, as long as it's responsible business owners and bartenders that are giving the drinks to go to other responsible adults, I personally don't see any issue with it. I think it's a great idea.
But the town of Ocean City disagrees, saying they're worried this could make it harder to control open containers, manage public safety, and prevent underage drinking.
A lot of the younger crowd, gets a little wild sometimes,
If the bill passes as it currently stands, you could soon see booze on the go at Ocean City events. According to Brink, he believes these licenses would be beneficial to bars and restaurants in the area, saying customers can walk in, grab their favorite drink, and walk out to enjoy the event. I'm Kevin Zapay, live in Ocean City, Coast TV News.
According to the Ocean City Council agenda, the original intent of the bill was to allow bars and restaurants along Main Street in Berlin and downtown Snow Hill to sell alcohol to go during their smaller festivals. However, the bill as written would apply to all municipalities in Worcester County, something the agenda says raises concerns about how that could change or impact large events in Ocean City. All of this brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, what is the biggest concern with alcohol to go during Ocean City events?
Let's take a look at the results here. 43% say public safety is a concern, 4% underage drinking, 10% worried about police enforcement, 43% also say crowds disorder.
If you haven't voted yet, if you want to leave a comment, go to coasttv.com or use our mobile app. We're taking a live look into Laurel right now as we check in with our First Alert Chief Meteorologist, Paul Williams.
Well, off the water, we're still looking at some dense fog in some places. That will also be a part of the albatross that will carry for the next couple of days, particularly in the morning time. But listen, we're enjoying warmer than usual weather in a major way. Just give us a little bit of sunshine and we just work all kind of magic with it, right? Now, we will drop down to 48 by 7 o'clock. And then by the 10 o'clock hour, we'll be back to 48 degrees from bouncing around in the lower 50s. Now, here is a look at our high for today. 77 for the high in Georgetown, 80 would have clocked or tied the record high for today. So we are unusually warm. 75 for the high in Easton and Cambridge, but it's a bit cooler in Ocean City at 62 degrees, although that in and of itself is still above the norm for this time of the year. Well, we stand like this. I mean, we're looking at dense fog off of the coast for us, dense fog, marine advisories for Bowers, Slaughter Beach, Broadkill Beach. This goes into Lewis, Rehoboth, ocean view all the way down just shy of Fenwick Island. So we're looking at visibility down to near zero in some areas. And this is going to kick in for tomorrow morning, but that's going to burn off quickly this time around, unlike what we had last week. Coming up, we'll talk more about near record high temps for this week.
Thank you, Paul. You're looking now at Redden State Forest. It's a popular getaway in the warmer months, and it contains many types of trees. The Forest Service is studying one tree in particular, the white oak, for potential disease. And the Forest Service says they're not sure what's causing these trees to die.
Bringing in insect traps and sending them off to labs to identify all the insects that we could catch. We haven't been able to find anything exotic or new that's attacking the oaks in general, and specifically the white oaks we were looking at.
The Delaware forest is roughly 360,000 acres, with 4% made up of those white oaks.
DenRec is inviting nonprofits, conservation districts, community groups, and homeowners associations to apply for its community water quality improvement grants. The program supports projects that improve water quality on developed land where watershed plans are already in place. DenRec says grants are expected to range from $25,000 to $75,000 per project. Applicants can submit up to 2 proposals per cycle. Applications must be submitted by 4:30 p.m. on Wednesday, April 29th. A free dental clinic is coming to Salisbury later this month. The Eastern Shore Mission of Mercy Clinic will offer free dental care to anybody who needs it. No insurance or payment required. Ahead of that, organizers are holding a pre-screening event this week. The event is Wednesday from noon to 2 p.m. at the Square at Merritt Mill Community Space. The clinic itself is set for March 27th to 28th at the Wicomico Youth and Civic Center in Salisbury.
Warwick Community College says it is offering a free online cybersecurity certificate program through a partnership with the Cyber Workforce Accelerator program. The training includes 40 hours of online coursework and 8 hours of hands-on experience using a cyber range that simulates real cyber attacks. Warwick says participants who complete the program can earn a certification, which can help them qualify for entry-level jobs.
Gas prices rising nationally, with the average jumping nearly 48 cents since last week, according to AAA. The company says it's related to the conflict in the Middle East, with crude oil costing more than $90 a barrel. Local Delaware averages are around $3.37 per gallon, Maryland at $3.49, Virginia at $3.30. AAA says the last time the national average jumped like this was at the start of the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Some nonprofits are feeling the pressure on their services.
One of our largest programs here at MAC is our Meals on Wheels, and we deliver 4,000 meals a week on the Lower Eastern Shore. So the recent increases in gas prices has really been hitting us hard, because for every dollar that it goes up at the pump is another extra expense for us making these costly deliveries.
Organizers with MAC say that they may have to start waitlisting or deny service for Meals on Wheels if gas prices continue to rise.
Well, the war in Iran is expanding and hitting Americans in the wallet. Like we just said, oil is now between $90 and $100 a barrel, pushing gas prices to levels not seen in years.
Iran has chosen a new leader, but President Trump is not happy with the choice, threatening to prolong this war that he said already will take weeks, and the defense secretary says will take as long as it takes. NBC White House correspondent Monica Alba shows us the escalating war with Iran is driving up oil prices, costing American lives, and raising new questions about the White House's next move.
As the war on Iran escalates and expands, the costs to Americans rise too. The Pentagon announcing a 7th U.S. soldier has died in the conflict. And with both sides targeting oil facilities, energy prices are soaring quickly. Black smoke filling the air over Tehran after an Israeli missile hit a fuel depot and refinery. Iran striking back on a Bahrain oil refinery. The price of a barrel of oil now topping $100, leading to eye-popping prices for Americans. President Trump insisting this weekend the pain at the pump will be short-lived.
We figured oil prices would go up, which they will. They'll also come down. They'll come down very fast.
Administration officials insist the U.S. is on its way to achieving its objective.
With overwhelming precision, the military, the United States military, the men and women in uniform are conducting an extraordinary operation.
But in a show of defiance, Iran named Mojtaba Khamenei the next supreme leader, succeeding his father, who was killed in a U.S. strike last weekend. President Trump has said he wanted a say in who heads Iran and warns the next leader won't be around long without his approval. Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi.
We allow nobody to interfere in our domestic affairs. This is up to the Iranian people to elect their new leader.
That warning comes as the Pentagon confirms a 7th American, 26-year-old Benjamin Pennington of Kentucky, died from his injuries during an Iranian attack on Saudi Arabia.
Offer our thoughts, our prayers, and our condolences, and to honor the families of those who have fallen, the 7 Americans who have lost their lives in the initial hours of this operation.
In an interview with NBC News, President Trump left open the possibility of seizing Iranian oil. While he said he did not want to discuss that, he added, quote, "Certainly people have talked about it." The president has said the main object of this war is to keep Iran from having a nuclear weapon. Monica Alba, NBC News, the White House.
Cape Henlopen State Park trails temporarily closed. When they're going to reopen.
And we're going to enjoy near record highs for a couple of days in a row. Yeah, that's what we're shopping with today.
But first, a home intentionally set on fire. Authorities tell us how many people are now displaced in Queen Anne's County. That's next.
This is Coast TV News at 5.
We got a bird's eye view today of the destruction left behind after a Queen Anne's County home was intentionally set on fire over the weekend. The Maryland State Fire Marshal's office says that arson took place on Saturday night at a 2-family home on Main Street in Chester. Investigators determined that happened while the home was occupied. They estimate the damage to be around $130,000, with 10 people displaced from their home. No arrests have been made in that Queen Anne's County arson.
Also, according to Millsboro Fire Department, fire crews responded to a house fire on Millsboro Highway today around noon. Dagsboro Fire PIO Jason McCabe said the fire was active for about 15 minutes. Crews from Millsboro, Dagsboro, and Gumboro responded to the scene and worked to contain that fire. Coming up next, Paul Williams is in our Coast TV First Alert Weather Center. He's got a look at your full forecast right after this.
Oh, everybody's my friend today. You know, hey, Paul, how you doing at the grocery store? You want an extra apple? Yeah, I do, that you bring that up. But yeah, it's been one of those kind of days. Everybody's just loving the weather, and tomorrow's going to be a whole lot like it, although there may be a little bit of a rocky start because of the fog. But we'll get to that in a moment. In Lewis, clear and pristine is what we're looking at, 71 beautiful degrees. We're going to drop to 52 pretty rapidly as the sun goes down. And then following that, we're going to see things kind of cluster up as far as the low-level moisture content is concerned because of the dense fog. Now, we have some newly initiated dense fog advisory, marine. Now, the difference, of course, the marine, not inland, but right where the beaches are located. So we're talking Slaughter Beach, Broadkill, Oyster Rocks, also Lewis, Rehoboth on the beach now, and then Indian Beach, Johnny Walker, all the way down from Bottom Hills to really Fenwick Island. And then just a few moments ago, we had Ocean City included in that all the way down towards Chincoteague. So that's our primary concern initially. So let's take a look at the future fog. 5:30 in the morning, we're looking at less than a half a mile fog for just about everywhere, with the one exception being Bethany Beach, and that is an anomaly there. I think everybody's going to be pretty much a half a mile or less visibility tomorrow, but it'll clear out by 10:30, 11 o'clock, and then we'll be totally clear and then warm up crazy once again. So a foggy start, we'll give you that. Warming up is indeed underway, and then we're looking for a little bit of a cool down eventually. We'll talk about that a little bit more. But we're like 6 degrees warmer, for example, in Salisbury. And check this out, 77 for the high today. That was just 3 degrees from tying the record high for this date. Overnight lows only flirting with the upper 40s, so we're not talking about a cold night by any stretch of the imagination. Walking your dog won't be a problem. We'll see that sunshine really coming to blooming for us right around the noontime hour, and then it sticks and stays by then. So much so, we'll push it up to 78, for example, in Georgetown, then 66 in Cambridge, 72 in Vienna, and then we'll get up to 75 in Snow Hill and in Ocean City. So when we break this down, we see the temperature start off in the 40s. We go up to 78 to near 80 degrees inland areas. Of course, we're cooler along the coast, but warmer as you progress inland. 78 in Del Mar, Seaford, Georgetown, Ellendale, Milton, everywhere. Wednesday, we start off a bit cloudier, but temperatures will start off at about 54 degrees. And then we watch out for a touch of rain by mid-morning Wednesday, but then more in the way of rain will really kick in by Thursday. Because when you look at it overall, it's Thursday when we'll have our whopping chance of precipitation up to 78, 80%. The early model, this is really early, but I'm throwing it way out there. I'm sending my line out there really far in the future. But we're looking at least a quarter of an inch of quarter of an inch of rain, in Milton. But not much behind that, because this slice of rain that pushes through on Thursday, it goes through pretty efficiently and doesn't hover around for a long period of time. So overall, I'm looking at 2 foggy days in Chincoteague, then a little rain on Thursday. But this is for the coast. It's going to be warmer on the inland areas now. For Ocean City, 53, 57, and a chance of rain with 53 again on Thursday. Foggy for Wednesday in Fenwick Island. And then we're looking at dense fog Wednesday for Rehoboth Beach, and then we look for rain for Lewis and Rehoboth on Thursday with temperatures in the 50s. Finally, here's a look at your 7-day forecast. And we warm up nicely for a couple of days, cool off a little bit, but then we get back to pacing ourselves just a little bit above the norm for this time of the year till we get to, well, St. Patrick's Day, and that's when it really gets kind of wacky.
All right, thanks, Paul. Well, DNREC announced that the Junction and Breakwater Trail at Cape Henlopen State Park will be temporarily closed for about 3 weeks during the weekdays only, and this did start today. DNREC says this is for fencing repairs, and once it's complete, the Gordon's Pond Trail will close for about 2 weeks to repair small sections breached by high tide. They say the trails will reopen to the public on the weekends.
Coming up tonight on the Delmarva Sports Network at 7, it's Stellar Fights 72, then catch the final score at 10:30. Coming up, a woman-only option for rides, what preferences people can now choose on Uber. Stay tuned on Coast TV News at 5. Women are now able to request female drivers on Uber. It's called Women Preferences. The option was first launched in a few pilot cities in August and expanded later in the year. But now Uber is rolling it out nationwide. Cities where Uber Teen accounts are available will also let those users and their guardians request female drivers.
A National Transportation Safety Board member says he was abruptly fired last week. J. Todd Inman was a prominent figure during the investigation of last year's deadly mid-air collision near Washington, D.C. That crash involved a regional American Airlines jet and a Black Hawk helicopter. 67 people died. Inman says he was told last Friday that he was fired effective immediately. He says he has not received any reason for his dismissal.
Live Nation's antitrust battle with the federal government might be over. A source says the sides have reached a settlement days after beginning their trial. Details of the deal unclear, and a judge would have to sign off on the plan. Live Nation owns Ticketmaster, which came under fire for botching sales of Taylor Swift's Eras Tour tickets and monopolizing the live events music industry.
A federal judge has sided with a group of government employees laid off during President Trump's mass firings. Workers with Voice of America sued to get their jobs back. A judge ruled that Kari Lake, who the president tapped to oversee VOA, overstepped her authority. Lake, acting CEO at the time, ordered mass layoffs, but the judge ruled she did not have the power to do that, making those layoffs void. Lake slammed the judge's ruling and said the government will appeal it. Now here's a live look into Ocean View. We've got one more check on your forecast after this.
Coming up new on Coast TV News at 6, parents share their experience with the Brian Allen Stevenson School of Excellence as the future of the school staying open is on the line.
In Milford, we're going to drop to 55 degrees under mostly clear skies. We have dense marine fog advisory in effect until really Tuesday, and that's for the entire Atlantic side of the Delmarva Peninsula. Visibility dropping to, well, half a mile or less. Debbie Knox, that's actually, I used to grow up watching an anchor named Debbie Knox when I was a kid in Indiana. From Milton, congratulations, you're our umbrella giveaway winner, courtesy of Paul Davis. Keep up with your forecast by calling our weather line, 443-880-9100. Your forecast is just a call away, sponsored by the law offices of Brockstead, Mandalis, and Federico. And here's a look at your 10-day forecast. Now, we're going to dwell on the good news, 78, 77, 63, all that. Now, I love St. Patrick's Day. I love St. Patrick's Day. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay. Thank you again, Paul, and thanks for joining us for Coast TV News at 5.
For more news, more St. Patrick's Day weather, download our Coast TV News app.
Inside Edition is next.
And we'll see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 6. Have a great evening.